welcome to my new Facebook flute page, where I'll be posting my little ideas about flute practicing and flute tips, things that I'm thinking about, and also upcoming performances that I have. And I invite you all to watch and enjoy. Mostly this idea started out as something for my students when I give them assignments for little things to practice for their pieces or for their flute techniques. I thought if I was making videos for them to review over the summer or when they don't see me regularly, that would be helpful to keep reinforcing some of those ideas. I'm here with my beautiful Louis Lot Flute that I love so much from the 1860s. And this morning I'm thinking about articulation, and in particular French-sounding articulation from recordings that I grew up listening to that I love so much and still love so much. People like Jean-Pierre Paul, who had such a great quality to their articulation, and one of the qualities that I loved about them so much was this sort of bouncy quality that he had all the time when he'd play certain kind of 18th century things like Devian concertos. And in those eighth notes, it would feel like sometimes he was taking breaths, or you couldn't tell if he was taking breaths or not. And I've always heard from French flute players that one of the things that you practice is taking breaths between notes to get a bouncy quality, and then you make that quality even when it's going so fast that you can't actually take breaths. And so one of the things I use to practice that is my handy-dandy breath builder, which I love so much, and I'll make many videos about using because there's so many great things you can do with it. But one thing that I like to do is take breaths between notes, or I should say take fast little breaths back and forth, keeping the ball up. And that gives me a feeling when I'm playing my flute. Then I play little short notes with breaths in between them. And I take a Taffenel-Gobert scale where I might do that for all of the notes. And if you're doing it really right, you could do that for hours because you're never running out of air. You're just sort of exchanging the air kind of quickly. And then that also has a really nice effect on your double tonguing. So I'll take a Taffenel-Gobert scale and I'll do something like this. Etc., etc. I find that to be a very useful exercise, and then I apply that to my either double tonguing feeling or just my single eighth note quality. So when I play pieces with short little eighth notes, I start to get that quality. So I love doing this. For a bouncy flute, French, what I think of as a nice bouncy French flute sound. There you go. Have a nice summer.